Hello my pigment nerd, how are you today? In this video we are going to be looking at Yavapai Genuine. Daniel Smith says about Yavapai Genuine as Apache legend speaks of a single dove that left the edge of the original well and saw the world. When the great flood came, this dove led the first woman to the safety of the Yavapai. Today, the enfolding security of the Yavapai stone provides a sentimental glimpse through time. The endurance of the stone symbolizes the endurance of the human spirit. The warm reddish-yellow-brown color, similar to a sienna, remains unchanged. Made from Arizona rock, Yavapai can link your palette to the indomitable past and the bright possibilities of the future. We've captured the strength of the Yavapai in an historic mineral pigment that exemplifies the perpetual energy of art. Yavapai is made from natural iron oxide. It is classified as Series 2, excellent in light fastness, transparent, non-staining and granulating. So I don't know about you, but that felt like a lot of waffle to me. I think it is as fluffy and woo-woo as the Amazonite was. I always prefer it when the description focuses more on the color rather than the mystical properties of the pigment. But there you go. Welcome back, the paints have dried and this is the Yavapai Genuine. First impression, it is a warm brown granulating color. Let's take a look at the hue first. And these are the other Primatek colors that we have in the series. And I would say that amongst these colors, it's a pretty unique hue. Let's have a look at other Daniel Smith colors that I have. Maybe the Goethite brown? I think it's halfway between the Goethite brown ochre and the lunar earth. If you mix these two, you'll probably get this color. And because these two are granulating, you'll probably get quite similar behavior to the Yavapai as these two. So if you do already have these two, give it a go and you'll probably get a similar result. Then we go on to Holbein. Yeah, I don't think I have a color that is similar. It's similar to raw umber, but the Holbein raw umber is a lot more yellow than the Yavapai. Maybe if you mix the Van Dyke brown with the raw umber, you'll get a reasonable representation, but these two are non-granulating, whereas the Yavapai is granulating. And then we come to the Schminke colors. Yeah, I'm not seeing a color that's like an exact hue match to the Yavapai. And of course, all of these are non-granulating colors. So in terms of hue and granulation, it's a quite unique color. And I think it's a very useful color, especially for people who do landscapes. It's nice to have a granulating alternative to a non-granulating but traditional landscape colors. I love the texture that's happened on the mass stone when I painted it on a hot press paper. All this pitted look is very, very useful for painting rocks and stone walls and things like that. In terms of gradation, it's a very easy color to gradate. However, you do get a little bit of qualifying on the hot press. So if you're going to be using this color on hot press, then maybe be a little bit more careful about your water control so that you don't end up with the cauliflower. With the rough and the arches one just gradated beautifully. In terms of opacity, now they classify this as transparent. However, let me give you a closer look. I don't know if the camera can catch this, but there is definitely quite a lot of brown pigment on top of the black stripe. Can you see that? I really hope you can see that. So I definitely wouldn't say that this is transparent. It's at least semi-transparent, if not semi-opaque. This is probably the more opaque color out of the Primatek range. However, in terms of lifting, it lifts really well. So it's definitely non-staining. I agree with Daniel Smith. As for glazing, it's not the best glazer. As we always say, heavily granulating colors that are easy to lift aren't the best at glazing. And that's the same with the Yavapai. I don't recommend doing a lot of glazing with this because you're going to get into all sorts of trouble with the color from the underneath layer just lifting up when you don't want it to. It gauzes beautifully, really strong colors, very nice. It doesn't react at all to salt. However, I can see that with some strategic placing of salt, you can recreate a pocked, is that the right word? Pitted, where the stone wall would have lots of holes or divots. That look you can probably recreate very easily with using salt on Yavapai. In terms of wet on wet, it does actually spread quite a lot compared to other Primatek colors. So if you don't like your colors to run away from you, then this one you're gonna find it a little bit more tricky. But if you do like your color to go a little bit wild, this is a nice choice. A good strength that the Yavapai has is the color mixes. When you mix these colors with the Yavapai, it creates this soft, beautiful, muted but really nice color palette. I love this color palette. So if you are into this kind of palette, then I do recommend using the Yavapai as a mother color and mixing it with all the colors you're going to be using in that painting, and you'll get this gorgeous color palette. So what do I think of this color? I like it. It's a very useful brown in that it's a raw umber kind of color and it granulates, so it's great for landscape, and most of all creates beautiful color mixes, which is what I'm all about, is looking at colors that behaves beautifully. So I know that if I want these kind of soft like farmhouse colors, then the Yavapai is a great color to add to your palette. So what do you think of the Yavapai Genuine? Do you like the color? Do let me know in the comments down below. And if you already use Yavapai in your painting practice, do let us know what's your favorite way of using this color. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!